Hey, welcome back. It's Martin Cliff here. First video for a month, other than the one worship video that came out a couple of weeks ago. Quick video this week. Wanted to talk a little bit about how I deal with depression as a musician and the strategies I use for this. Now, you could argue that, for a lot of people, having some kind of depression or mental instability or whatever it is can increase creativity, and I think there's a certain amount of truth to that, or at least stimulate creativity in some kinds of ways, because when your mind is not 100% on keel, maybe you're a little bit more inventive or whatever it is. But I'm not really talking about that kind of way of thinking at all. What I've done to enable me to get through is a number of things. So one thing I've realized is that I am not very good at working to a routine as a creative person. So, some people might say, okay, from 10 till 12, I'm going to write. And then from 2 till 5, I'm going to record, or whatever it is. That really doesn't work for me, because on a day when my mood is high and I'm active and I want to be going at stuff all the time, I might end up wanting to work multiple hours. I might be really creative, or I might be really getting into doing the technical stuff. I never know exactly when that's going to come. And at a time when I'm on a low, maybe I will get 10 or 15 minutes of really worthwhile kind of output from myself. Maybe I won't get any at all some days. But I think that a strategy that I've taken, that if you're someone who goes through similar things might help, is just to have as much as possible to hand and ready to go at the drop of a hat. So in my studio here, which I haven't documented yet since I moved back into this room, but I have my King Korg directly in front of me as I'm sat at the computer. It's plugged in, it's ready to go. All I need to do is turn it on, unmute the channels, and it's good to go. My electric drum kit is set up, ready to go. All I have to do is unmute those channels and click record. My Chrome EX 73 is on a stand behind the drum kit, ready to go. So all I have to do is turn it on, unmute the channels, click record. Bass, all I have to do is plug in the power to the pedal board, because otherwise it's just wasting electricity. Plug in the bass, click record, I'm ready to go. Acoustic guitar, same thing. In fact, acoustic guitar, electric guitar and bass all plug in via one single cable. It's got one of these nitric silent plugs on, which is great. And I have it attached with a little locks thing to the underside of my desk. So if I want to record any of those, then I just unclip it from that, plug the guitar in, and I can click record. My guitar amps are permanently mic'd up. I don't take these amps out with me. I have a couple of other amps that I would take out if I was playing at a church or something like that. I keep an amp at the church I play at most of the time anyway. So these two amps are mic'd up. The mics are permanently plugged into the system. I want to record guitar. I pick up a guitar, I turn on the amps, plug in the cable, click record. Vocals, just out of shot, I have my Rode NT1000. It's directly below the camera. If I lift it up, there you go. Hope that didn't mess with the audio too much. I've got headphones on the boom arm as well, ready. I want to record vocals, it's ready to go. I also have a Beta 57 vocal mic that's wired in, ready to go, so that if I'm sat at the keyboard and I just want to record a scratch vocal or whatever, it's there. And all this has just enabled me to say, okay, I'll suddenly maybe feel inspired for, like this morning I was feeling really down, and then about 10 to 9 this morning I suddenly thought, I feel like I can get something down now. So I put down some scratch tracks for a piece I'm working on. And it was literally a case of, okay, assign the microphone track to the microphone, assign the keyboard track to the keyboard in Cakewalk, hit record, managed to get a couple of takes of scratch tracks of something down. So I've got something to work around. If I had to go around and get stuff out of cases, plug stuff in. That could be a real stumbling block sometimes. Yeah, as I say, on a day when I'm really kind of riffing and I'm really kind of vibrant and inspired, that wouldn't be an issue. You know, if it takes me 20 minutes to set something up and find the sound and go on whatever it is, then I could do that. But on a day where I can feel that my mind is really kind of not firing all the time and I'm kind of really inspired just to do something for a few minutes, having stumbling blocks in the way can really get in the way. And in the same way, I could talk about it from a perspective of a minimalist setup, if you will, as in I don't have a lot of excess stuff. I don't have extra guitars or keyboards or whatever it is to choose from, but I know what I have. And because I only have a certain amount of things now, and it's something that I've worked down towards, I know exactly where the sounds that I want to get can come from. So if I want a single coil sound, I'll pick up all red. If I need a jangly telly sound, I'll pick up the telly. If I want that fat sound in, you know, a lower tuning, I think I'm tuned to either D or C sharp at the moment on the Les Paul, I'll pick up the Les Paul. Otherwise, I'm going to play blue because I'm always going to play blue first. But yeah, the keyboards are familiar because I don't use any soft synths. Everything I use is just coming from the two keyboards. The drum sounds, you know, I have a couple of presets programmed in of kit sounds that I like, and a percussion kit, and a kind of ethnic kit, and an electronic kit. And those 5 kits are the kits that I use for any kind of recording. Not because they're the best sounds in the world, but because they're simple and they remove stumbling blocks, remove decision fatigue. I have a camera right in front of me that actually means when I'm recording my worship videos and I want to record a guitar take, I just raise up the standing desk a little bit, step back so I'm in front of the wall behind me, and I can record the guitar takes on video. My other camera is in the corner of the room pointing at the keyboard, or I move it to this side of the room and point it at the drum kit. That's the only movement that I need to do. And usually I will film while I'm recording the takes for those, because you know, that's something, again, it's when I'm in that zone and I want to do that, I've got to be working quickly. Because yeah, inspiration for anyone can fritter away if you if you have too much technical work to do to get to the point. You'll see people in these big studios that everything is on. Now, I don't have everything on, but I have everything within 30 seconds of being on. So if I feel inspired to do something, I can go and get a bass or an acoustic from next door, or my electric guitars are in here ready, and everything else. It's all ready to go, and that for me has really helped me over the last few weeks as I've been kind of settling back into this space. Just getting everything ready to go, so I don't have to think too hard. I know what channel is plugged into what, and it's just a case of clicking record, arming the track, away we go. So I hope that's been a help, and it maybe is inspiring some things for you. It definitely helps having a multi-channel audio interface. I think I'm using 12 inputs in total for my studio at the moment. So not a lot, but definitely not something you could do on like a 2-input sound card. So I appreciate if you've got that situation, maybe you would need to think outside the box a little bit more. But for me, what I have works. It's very simple, but it's ready to go. And I need that 4 days like today when I'm just not on the ball. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.